We all know what happened this last week with Cătălin Cârjan. And I would ask you if you think there will be a delicate period for him in this next few weeks, maybe because it happens that players, after not going somewhere and not making maybe a wage, they wait, that there is a setback. Do you expect something like that, and how do you prevent it?
No, it's very simple, because we discuss many times here in Romania about young players with talent, why they don't develop, and my opinion, how I see the things, I always speak about mentality, about clear mindset, about understanding what is important, how to build the really professional player with guard and with mentality to resist in all situations. And personally, as a coach, I went with Cătălin through whole process, from the moment when he arrived here with frustrations. He had injuries behind him. He had a period of not playing in Rapid. And we built something here together with whole staff, with a lot of discussions with me, with Florentin, with full support of the club. Where immediately in first season he showed lot of good things, big potential. But again, he had one let's say frustration, because he didn't go with under 21 team, and many players in that moment will suffer a lot, and we are living in that moment. But for him it was, we had discussions, and we make the things in opposite direction to make him stronger and better. And he became our captain, our leader. He got invitation for the national team of Romania, and for me he is example of the player which built his mentality a lot. And these kind of things, we had very, very short discussions about that offer. For me it was only important that he and his family, they have to take responsibility for their decision. We can give some advices, but at the end it's his decision. And we finished with this story fast. He's completely with Dinamo, and even this game against Cluj, he did very well. I was very, very happy how he, when he went out, how he was connected with our fans, how they chant together and enjoy. And for me, it's zero option that he will have any kind of problems or whatever about this situation.
But how do you assess the number, 4 million euros for a player, an offer for a player from Dinamo? Is it okay? Is it the standard you want to achieve, or do you want higher standard for the players, to get more money? And I don't know, maybe the level of the club should also raise as well.
But if we go back to Dinamo Zagreb and what we speak about selling the players, it's when you are considering the numbers, how is the transfer fee? I already explained this once. It's three important things: his impact in the team, and what is his value in domestic competition, what he is doing in Superliga. Second one, what is his level in Europe competitions, Champions League, UEFA League level. And third one, it's what is your level on a national team. And if you are selling the player who is 22 or 23, like Dinamo Zagreb, who proved himself in HNL, in domestic competition, he already played Champions League and UEFA League, and he is part of the national team. This is another numbers completely another. For Catalin, for our club, because we are still growing, we cannot speak now about history of Dinamo and all famous players from before. We speak about where we are now and how the club is growing, developing, and I think that this was, for the club, this was a good offer.
Yes.
This was good numbers, but again, I really believe that that the club and Catalin, they don't have nothing to lose because of his quality. I'm sure that in summer will be similar, better, but offers will be there for him.
So now that you know that there are clubs interested in Kărjan and that you had a 4 million offer for him, you start looking right now for a replacement, or you build a replacement right now for him, thinking that in the summer he might leave?
We are. I really believe that everybody who all people who follow the football in Romania already know our style of play and which players I'm looking for, and our scouting department, everybody knows which kind of player for every position. For example, if we speak about central defender, must have some speed because we want to play high, must win duels in the air, duels on the ground, and have good offensive organization build up from behind. This is very tough to find. This is the player with the quality, but this is something, and for every position we have some these basic things, how we watch the players, and then when the moment comes to have a few options on the table where I check with the staff and find what I believe that it can be a good option for us. We are on the beginning of this process, and this is not something that we are now like everything it's on the highest level, no, but we are trying to build something and to not be like that. Yes, if we sell Kărjan, we will find another Kărjan. It's not like that. It's not working like that, because this, for me, he is a special player and special personality, and this is not easy to find. But this is our job. This is club's job to have this process on a daily basis and to be ready for every situation.
Andrei Nicolescu told us that they started negotiating with Nikita, changing the contract and changing the release clause. How important do you think that this is for the club? And do you think Nikita is a player who really could break the record maybe of Dinamo, of the new Dinamo, of getting good money for him, because he's young and he seems like really you don't have many left-footed central defenders. He seems to have all the qualities to make this step to a great club and to a good league.
Yeah, but okay, it's few important things about Nikita, but not only about him, about whole. When we were looking for left central defenders, and again our scouting department bring there few players, few names, and we put there Nikita, and after 2 minutes we said that's it, we don't have to watch anymore, we take it's obvious, the quality, it's obvious. And now what is another part, it's from talented player to bring him to high level. And for example, 2 days ago here on the match against Cluj was a national team coach of Israel, and he came here to visit us to discuss, and he told me that the level of improvement in 6 months, in so short period of time of Nikita, it's amazing, because he's faster, he's a little bit stronger, he's better in the duels, he has confidence to play, and everything what we saw as potential in summer, we created environment that he can make improvement. And I always say it's that I'm not making the player, nobody can. You can just give him this kind of environment where he can push himself. If he doesn't want to push himself, nobody can help him. And at the moment, he is the player for me with potential and quality for the very, very high level of football, very high level. And now we are coming to this. Somebody will again say about President Niculescu, or doesn't matter who in the club, why you put this clausula. Because in that moment where Dinamo was, the player will not come without this clausula. But if you build a team which play Champions League level, a player of level of Nikita will be happy to come without that clausula. And this is different starting points, and nobody, you can not blame nobody if somebody come in summertime or Nikita don't extend the contract, and then you and take the player for 1.5 million, and his value maybe in summer will be, I don't know, 5. Yes. It was just situation like this where nobody is guilty. It's just about time, how to bring the club on the level that the clausula not be 1.5, but it will be 5, 8, or 10. In that moment, I don't think it's about the salary, about wage. It's about just that the club is not on that level, that his maybe agent or Nikita or I don't know can think that yes, in 1.5 or 2 years I will have offer for 5-6 million. Because they don't know. We were after 8 years in playoff, something is happening, but still is not like, okay, this club is playing every year Champions League or UEFA League. It's another land. This takes time.
When you say you need players now, you talk about senior players right now.
Yes, because we are about young players with potential. We are covered well, and it's about them to use their opportunities. But this, what we have discussions, it's about 2-3 players which will give to the team another level of quality immediately.
And if you don't find them, would you rather bring players, let's say not top, but to have depth in your squad, or would you rather let it like this and go along until the summer with the roster you have now, right now?
This is our discussion. So discussion what we have on daily basis, and when we have these discussions, and this is why they said that I'm a little bit tough to take the player, because this guy it's maybe not in the best age. This guy didn't play for some time. This guy have this guy. And I really don't want to put the club in situation to take to spend the money to take the player. Just that we said, okay, we bring the player, the club signed the player. For me, it don't make the sense. And in many games until now, where we were a better team, we deserve more points. We had many games where we had a lot of chances and we didn't score, but this cannot make and play in that way a team without quality. And also is important that connection in our team between the players, that we have really good atmosphere. What you can see, they cannot play, you cannot have this level of energy, and if they are not good, if they are not connected. And I don't want to make anything what will 1% disturb our process, our atmosphere, what we have. And we are taking, when we speak about the players, we are taking in consideration every detail, every plus and minus, because now it's about, we build something, we are there, we are not in the situation like 2 years ago. Okay, doesn't matter, the players, Georgi Milanov didn't play for 6 months, we signed Velkovsky, didn't play, Pavicic didn't play, Edgar Ie, all these players, nobody of them, because we were in that situation. Now Dinamo built something, and our starting point, it's a little bit different.
But is it also difficult because you have Boateng, yes, and you want to extend his contract? But also, you as a manager, you also always have to have in mind the balance of the salaries, because you cannot go very high with the player, because then the others will come and say, okay, why is this guy so well paid and I don't know, half of his salary? So is this a problem when you think about Boateng's extension?
Of course it's a problem. Of course it's a problem. And this is exactly what you said. We had this discussion. Why? From the player perspective. Boa was good player. He had experience in Portugal, in Austria. Okay, with this team from Austria, it was relegation, but it was some circumstances. And again, when we were watching some of his games, we saw that there were some problems in some part of the games. But I saw many things where I was believing that he can adapt to our play, that he's very fast, that he's very physical, that he has a good mentality. And you know, in this period with us here, and this is again something what I believe, because many people say young player can improve and somebody who is 27, 28, 29 cannot improve, because for me, every player, doesn't matter about age, can improve in which part of his game. But for example, Boa gets 6-7 kilograms of muscles in this period, but these functional muscles which make him more compact, stronger in duels. For example, you go in Botoshani, when you press high, they play long balls. Boa had from 10 aerial duels, he win all 10, which is high quality. And now you are coming in the point where he is 29 and he wants to make something finally for himself and for his family, or you know, and for sure he will have in summer offers, I don't know, from China or some other countries and clubs which can pay more. In opposite way, he really feels good here. He is happy with us. And you know, but he has his level of expectation, because if you have to make some money, now it's the moment for him. And from the club perspective, if Boa sign, nobody can blame nobody from the club, because club pushed to the limit, even higher than the limit, to get him. And now, if this is what we discussed and what you said, if we agree about these terms, the club perspective is different, because everybody can say, okay, the standard about salary, it's here, I'm here, I want to be closer, and everybody have higher expectations. But for me, this is good and this is positive, because this means that the club is growing.
Okay, now you need those players you're talking about, 2-3 players maybe to come. Might the board tell you, okay, we bring you these players, but when we bring you these players, we must fight for the title? Is this a discussion? Or anyhow, there is the discussion about title in the club?
You know, this is why the job of head coach, it's very tough, because everybody have his level of expectations, and many people think that the level of expectation and success must be, how to say, proportional with the investment, which is not always like that. It's about how to build the chemistry in the team, how to implement your idea. You have many clubs which invest a lot of money, and at the end they don't make success, or they don't make success immediately. It takes time. But for me, I never want to put the club in situation to, you know, that to push them. Yes, I need this, I need this, I need this. Doesn't matter how much cost. You know, it's always the club decision. I have to say my my opinion, how I believe that it's the best way to build a team and to bring our way of play, our results on higher level. And if I don't fulfill like expectations, I don't know, from shareholders or for president, this is normal part of my job, that somebody is not satisfied and you are not anymore in that club. This is something what is happening on daily basis, and for me is nothing new. Okay, you have some clubs which will say, okay, this season was bad. We didn't make what we wanted. We invest a lot of money. We didn't make it because of this, that reason. But we believe in coach and we continue. And second club will say, we were not satisfied with this, with that. We are looking for another manager. But for me, it's always like to give everything from positive perspective, to create good environment, to play good football, to make good results, and to not put the club in situation where like we are investing, and then in one moment it just crash. This is not the way. It's about to be realistic and to put expectations and what I want from their side on one normal level. And then I am okay with everything, because after that I know that I gave the best for the team, for the club, and if something is not working.
45 minutes of championship level, of winning championship level. Do you think that if you can replicate those 45 minutes again and again and again until May, Dinamo might win the championship?
I don't know about championship, but it's for top 3 for sure.
Top 3 for sure?
Yes, because everything what I saw in that game was, I will say, it was what we show already before, but in one speed up. And this was another level. Now for me it's very, very interesting to see. Again, we will have our ups and downs, but I want to see how much we can push ourselves in this another 8 games until end of this regular part of the season, and then I will have more clear picture. And for me, it was very important. This what I felt during the pre-season there against young boys. Which is team on good level, and in all these trainings what we had, that the players that they are ready to sacrifice, to be humble, to work hard, to put our game on another level. And Ucluj is very good team. It's very good team, and they had some really good games at the end of the year, and with all this our good performance, they were defending really good. They have some good transitions, but for me against that quality team, it was very important to see Dinamo on that level.
When a player like Kipciu says after the game, we knew what Dinamo was about to do, we trained to prevent that, but in the first time we couldn't prevent that. Does it make you proud when you hear something like that?
Okay, it's nice to hear, especially Kipciu is player with experience, with quality player of national team level, and this is what I speak on daily basis with the players. Now Dinamo is not, I will never forget the story when December 2024, when I arrived, and we went to Botoșani, and the Mr. President of Botoșani said, if we will not beat Dinamo, we can put the key, and it was, if you cannot win Dinamo, you can not win against nobody. It was this kind of perception.
Was humiliating?
No.
No?
No, it was perspective.
Or it was ambitioning for you? Was it something?
I use that. I use that for motivation of our players, and I met the president there on these awards in Fanatic. Yes. And we were laughing about that because I have my friend in Croatia. In Croatia, we know about FCSB, we know XTU, we know about Dinamo, okay, Craiova, but it's not about that we follow too much Romanian, and they start to follow the Superliga, of course. And now how Botoșani, it's up, it was there, first, second position, and he called me in one moment and he said, listen, for you it's only important to be better than Botoșani. In the beginning there to stay in the league, and now it's the preparation for Dinamo, it's completely different. I know that everybody is analyzing why we have so good possession, how we create our overloads in one space, how we progress, how we change the side, how we come there with so many players in the box. Everybody is analyzing us in details and trying to find a way how to play against us. And it's normal that they have some specific tactical preparation, and if they prepare the game and they still cannot find a way how to deal with some situations, this means that we are doing something positive, something good, and makes me satisfied.
What does Karamoko need to get more hearts from you?
My reaction, it was like that. Mamu, it's player again. When we are make scouting, I like player where I see something special that can make difference. And for sure, the Mamu have a lot of quality. But he didn't make some big things. He makes something in his career, my respect, but he didn't come to the level where he deserved to be with his potential. And I tried to push him last season. You know how are the players? They think if you push him that maybe you don't like him in that moment, or you feel that he's not. No, I just wanted to take the best from him, and then in one moment because he was not ready to play that kind of game game by game, and then he lose rhythm a little bit injury, this, that, and we had our discussions to try. They have their program of work in this off period, what they have to do and how we did in this short pre-season, and it was tough for him. It was tough for him, and I saw that in some moments it was really tough, but he managed to make all this. And for me, the way how he played against Cluj was one step up than these all games there. The goal what he scored against CFR, this is about quality. But he came in the game as a substitution. He was fresh and he showed his quality. But it's another level to play from the first minute against Cluj, which is physical team with very strong in duels. And if you have ability to make a pressing so many times, if you have ability to keep possession under pressure of the players of Cluj, which have that characteristic, that to go for duels, and in the end to score nice goal and to fight for the team. I wanted to send him a motion that he, with all this suffering, what he was doing, that he deserved this and that he has my respect and everything. What I told him before, it was not about that I don't like him and don't like the way how he play. It's about to put all his potential on the right place, and that he can show this on the pitch.
Of course, whenever a manager comes to a new country, he has high hopes. You know, you think about, okay, what my career might look like in that country, so on. But when you came here, did you think that you would fit so good that this match, Zeljko Kopic, Dinamo, Romanian league, might be 2 years later so good, so profound, and so stable?
No. Why? Because I all the time in the life you learn something, you know, and you have to learn from my side, from my job, that this kind of expectation, it can just squeeze your energy and put you in some negativity. What I want to say, for example, I was in Boateng. I took the team there on the second last. It was the similar situation, and until the winter time, from the last position we bring the team on 10th position. Last 10 games we were 5th position. The team which I think scored 0 goals until that moment, first 5 games. We were second best scoring team with CSKA. You make some very good things, and at the end of in that December, just we part our ways, and you learn, and you have many reasons, many examples like that, where you did your job, you built something good, but it's not perception of everybody that you did something good for the team, for the club. And this is why football it's the club of different opinions, everybody see the things in different way. And when I took this, I had this idea to make something with Dinamo. For me was first only important to stay in the league, because if I don't stay in the league, it was very tough, but it will be again tough moment for the club to, in short period of time, to be relegated 2 times, and it will be a tough moment for me as a coach. And my only idea was, with all problems, with all circumstances what was here, to find a way to stay in Superliga, and then future will be, we will see what will bring. But I didn't think about, okay, my first step is to stay in the league, second is to make in playoff, and third I will play. No, but I was believing when we had our discussions after summer 2024. You're right, yes. Before the beginning of last season, in our meeting, I put the club was looking to, and this was fair from the club, after that season where we stay in the league, to have 1 year of stabilization, to be there. Target was between 6th and 8th position. But I told them there that I want to build a team, and that our target it's top 6. Nobody put pressure, but this was my target, and yes, I want to create something. I want to make something big with Dinamo, but from the beginning I didn't think about, okay, in 2 years I have to win the title.
In 1 year from now, if you're still coach of Dinamo, will we make this interview in Romanian?
I hope so. From one side, it's showing of respect that I have to learn and to start to speak Romanian. But first 6 months, I didn't even learn nothing, zero. I didn't have any focus. My mental part was only about how to stay in league. This was and the time is just flying. And then in one moment I said, okay, you make this for the team, you need this for the club, but you just didn't make everything what you have to do to show respect to everybody, and you have to start to learn. And now I'm learning, I'm trying with all these things what we are doing here, and where we spend a lot of time here. But I cannot give like promise, yes, because it's not easy, and I don't have too much time during the day to really like to go all in. But I'm really trying. I'm learning, and I hope that if I stay here, that it will come the moment where we will make interview in Romanian.